Hello everyone and welcome to today's lecture on text annotation. In this lecture, we'll learn what text annotation is, why it is important, and how we can do it effectively. By the end of this lecture, you should be able to annotate any text you read for your academic purposes. So, what is text annotation? Text annotation is any action such as marking, highlighting, or commenting that helps the reader interact with a text to enhance the reader's understanding of the text. For example, you can underline the main ideas, write summaries in the margins, use symbols or abbreviations to mark important points, or add your own comments or questions to the text. Text annotation is different from note-taking, which is usually helpful if you will not have access to a text while you're completing a writing task on the text. Since you will have access to the text you'll be writing about in your writing task this semester, annotation can be a more practical and efficient way to record important information that you may use in your writing. But why is text annotation important? Why do we annotate the text? Well, there are many benefits of text annotation. Firstly, it makes the reading process more efficient if you're reading a text for a certain purpose, such as answering a prompt, making a summary, or writing a response. Annotating helps you identify patterns of ideas and categorize information, and once you have annotated a text successfully, you can use the patterns and categories of information to fulfill whatever your purpose is. It also helps you to read actively and keeps you awake and alert while reading. Text annotation requires you to pay attention to what you're reading and to think critically and creatively about the text. This way, you can avoid passive reading, which can lead to boredom, distraction, or forgetting what you read. Moreover, it facilitates a conversation between you and the text. Text annotation allows you to engage with the text on a deeper level and to express your own thoughts and opinions about the text. You can question, respond, disagree, and comment on what is being said and how it is revealed. This way, you can develop your own voice and perspective as a reader and a writer. Finally, annotating helps you understand complex and multi-layered texts. Academic texts are often dense and difficult to understand, especially if they are from a different discipline or field than what you are used to. To fully understand the text, you must actively engage with what the author is doing. Text annotation helps you identify the author's purpose and stance, the main arguments and evidence, the structure and organization, the tone and style of the author, and the implications and significance of the text. Now that we know what text annotation is and why it is important, let's see how we can annotate a text effectively. Here are some strategies that you can use to annotate a text. One common strategy is to underline or highlight the important information. This can include the main ideas, the key terms, the definitions, the examples, the evidence, the conclusions, or anything else that you think is relevant or useful for your purpose. You can use different colors or symbols to distinguish different types of information, such as yellow, for example, for main ideas, green for supporting details, blue for parts that you disagree with, or pink for the author's stance. You can also write or summarize the main ideas in the margins next to paragraphs. This can help you to review and remember the main points of the text and to see how they are connected and developed throughout the text. You can use your own words or phrases to paraphrase or summarize the main ideas, or you can use direct quotes if they are especially important or memorable. While annotating, you should also make use of abbreviations or symbols. This can help you save time and space and create a practical system that works for you. You can use common abbreviations or symbols such as Q for question, an exclamation mark for important information, maybe an asterisk for interesting sections, or question marks for unclear parts. Of course, alternatively, you can create your own abbreviations or symbols that suit your needs and preferences. In tasks where you're asked to present your own ideas, you can also make a note of your initial thoughts and opinions about a text. This can help you to develop your own arguments and responses and to prepare for your writing task. You can write your comments, questions, agreements, disagreements, connections, or insights in the margins. One important thing to avoid when annotating is highlighting too much or using the same color highlight all the time. If you highlight most parts of a text using the same color without taking notes, this will not help you categorize information. Instead, it will make the text look cluttered or confusing, and it will make it harder for you to find the information you need later on. Try to be selective and strategic when highlighting, and use different colors or symbols to mark different types of information. So, in conclusion, these are some of the strategies that you can use to annotate a text effectively. Of course, you can adapt and modify these strategies according to your own goals, preferences, and learning styles. The important thing here is to find a way of annotating that works for you, and, well, a method of annotating that helps you understand and interact with the text better. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this lecture on text annotation. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to share them with me or with your classmates.